Right, perfect. Hello, everyone. Really quick, could someone just let me know in the chat if they can hear me all right, please? Perfect. We love to hear that. All right, so we're gonna get started. Hello, my name is Markeem V. Rodriguez. I am currently a sophomore at the University of Rhode Island right now. Um, I'll be emceeing tonight, so very excited for everyone to be here, for myself to be here included. A little bit about myself. I am like I said, a sophomore at URI. I am a triple major in textiles, fashion merchandising and design, computer science, and film media, with concentrations in audio engineering, design, and public relations. Um, some stuff I do on campus. I am a bond brother, which is a multicultural brotherhood on campus. Student Entertainment Committee, which is an organization that brings all forms of entertainment to the campus. So that's stuff like concerts, VIP celebrities, comedians, special events like come get a teddy bear in our main union or on the quad or something like that. Some notable things I've done. I've interviewed the likes of Tiffany Haddish through SEC, Terry Crews, Kenan Thompson. So very excited to be here, like I said. And like I said, I've been part of College Visions for 3 years now, as many other college students. I joined my senior year of high school, and when I tell y'all, I was there every day bothering everyone at CV, literally every day from the moment I got out of school, from the moment it was time for everyone to leave. I was always there. CV was really my second place, my second home, actually my first home, to be honest, because I was there a lot more uh, than home. So it's just really just developed me as a person, mentally, socially, and I just give CV all forms of roses in terms of just how I am as a person to this day. Truly grateful. Uh, so as I said, I'll be your MC for tonight. We have a speaking program for you and then after that we'll return to the event floor. The theme for our event today is resilience in the face of a crisis. It's been an incredible hard year for many people, as we all know, due to COVID-19. And we're here to share our stories and of just hope and support. Thank you all for our amazing raffle sponsors. We have a goal of raising about $3,000 to support CV students like myself and others. And generous donors have already given over $900. So thank you from the bottom of them. On behalf of College Vision students, thank you. Um, Donate in any amount to enter to a raffle basket, and anyone who donates over $100 will be entered to win in a raffle basket and a round-trip domestic flight anywhere, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Uh, and now I'm going to switch gears, and I'm going to introduce the Executive Director of College Visions, Tina Meacham.
There we go. Thank you so much, Markeem. I really appreciate it. Can y'all hear me okay? If anyone can confirm in the chat. Okay, cool, beautiful. So yes, thank you so much for taking the time out of your night to be here with us. We really appreciate it. As Markeem said, my name is Tina, and I am the Executive Director of College Visions. I am also a CV alum and a Providence native. So really, when we think about how long I've been involved in College Visions, I was a student since 2011. So I've really been involved with CV for 10 years, which I actually just realized today. So that's really crazy to me, but I'm happy to be here and share this space with everyone. So as Markeem said, I wanted to just pause for a second and recognize that it's been a tough year for everybody. So maybe just sit and take a deep breath. And maybe one more and just let out like a huge sigh. Because it's been a tough year, and we're all still trying to navigate like what this year means to us, what we've learned, what are we still trying to navigate, and what we're going through. So tonight, our theme, as Markeem mentioned, is resilience in the face of crisis. And really what I want to emphasize is that when we say resilience in the face of crisis, it's crisis not just from the pandemic, right? So our students are facing other crises as well. There's crisis with racial injustice that's going on. There's crisis in terms of healthcare access. There's economic crisis and so much more. So I want to emphasize that yes, while many people have been focused on the impacts of the pandemic, our students who are first generation low income students have been facing and trying to navigate multiple crises for a lot of their lives and at different points of their lives. So today, you're going to be hearing from a couple of our students, just their experience over the past year, the challenges that they've been going through, but also their triumphs. And we really want to focus on the strengths that our students bring. And as you hear their stories, one thing I really encourage everyone to think about is, why is College Vision's work so important? Right now, we're in a time where we're seeing a lot of racial injustice and social injustice happening in our communities. And oftentimes, people don't see the intersections of education and what role does that play. So at College Visions, as y'all know, we work with first generation low income students. And while, yes, we're working with them to enroll in college and graduate from college and get that degree, it's more than just about our students getting education. Right? Like, they are, if not the first in their family, amongst the very first in their family to embark on this journey. To say, yes, I want to make a commitment to advancing my education, to opening my perspective, to opening and really challenging myself to have a critical lens about, where do I want my life to go and how can I make a change for myself and an impact on this world? So that is what we're really doing. And at College Visions, we are not only supporting them through that to that education, but we are letting them know that we get where you're coming from. Right now, 7 out of the 9 staff members are first generation students or were first generation students as well. So we let our students know we get how hard it can be. We get that at some times you face a crisis of, having to support your family financially, emotionally, whatever it is, and go to school. And sometimes our students are faced with having to make a choice. Are you going to stay and support your family, or are you going to go and continue your education? Because sometimes our students can't afford to do both. And at College Visions, we help them and support them and empower them to say, you can do both. It might not take you the 4 years that people say you should finish college in. It might take you longer. It might take you 5, 6, 7 years. But we want you to know that if your goal is to get your college degree, we will never give up on you. Because we get it. We get that it might be hard to leave your family and move thousands of miles away. It may be hard because you're helping support your family financially and you don't know what they're going to do without you. It may be hard because this is the first time that you're doing this on your own and your parents don't know how to support you, not to their own fault, but because the system we live in haven't given them the tools to really thrive and be able to support you in this context. So at College Visions, we're not only supporting students in getting their education, but we are supporting them in setting this precedent for their family, for the generations to come, for them to really get support in this brave and really courageous step that they're taking to set this pathway for their future generations within their family. Because now from this point on, there will always be one person that went to school, that always will be one person that has that social context and have that understanding. And there will always be at least that one person that says, like, hey, you want to go to college? Cool, let's figure it out and let's see how we can help you get there. And that is a hard thing to hold on to, but it is so noble. And I think that is why our work is important, because we are helping students and young people that are often not getting the resources that they deserve to have, and that are starting at level -5 when everyone is starting off at level 1. We really help them to get there and tell them that, like, you are a product of your environment, and where you are at now is not to your fault. And whatever it takes, College Visions will be there to support you to achieve your academic goals. And we know that you can do it. So don't give up on you, don't give up on yourself, and College Visions won't give up on you either. And I get emotional as I talk about it because I was that student, right? Being first gen, growing up in a low income family, there were times where I had to make really difficult choices. And I remember more specifically, the summer before my senior year of college, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I thought, and like my dad was not in the States at the time. And I had to make the decision, like, do I stay with my mom, who right now only has me and my sister and doesn't speak fluent English at all? Or do I go and finish my senior year? And it was like the hardest decision for me to make because I couldn't imagine my mom going to her chemo appointments by herself when she doesn't speak English. And my mom looked at me and she was like, "Are you crazy? Like, of course you're gonna go finish school. Like, go finish school, go get your degree. This is what we came here for. We want you to get the opportunities you deserve." And I think that our students, that's what they're experiencing today. And I'm blessed and feel so grateful to be leading an organization that values our students' stories and sees their potential to do great things in this world. And I just want to say a huge thank you to our staff who do the on the ground work every day, working with our students, having patience, encouraging them, challenging them to be their absolute best selves. I want to thank our board members who volunteer and support us in making sure that we follow our mission and we have the money to do so and provide the services that we need to provide. I want to thank our students for just being amazing, for being yourselves, for opening up to your advisors, for trusting your advisors and trusting the process. It's a hard journey, but you will come out of it with greatness, and we truly believe that. And most importantly, or not most importantly, but like as important, our donors, our funders, and our community members, like, thank you so much for believing in our work and the work that we do for our students, because we literally could not do any of this if we didn't have your support. So thank you so much for being here. I hope y'all continue to support the work that we do. And hopefully one day, y'all, College Visions is going to be a huge organization serving more and more students to get their degrees. So thank y'all so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And I will pass it back on to Markeem. Markeem, are you there? Or do we have technical difficulties? No, Markeem, we can. Oh, there you are.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yep. See, I was just saying, hopefully we don't get no shenanigans, and the shenanigans are starting. But once again, thank you so much, Tina, for those beautiful words. I think you put it best when you talk about in terms of just sacrifice and resilience that we all just go through. And just a huge quick shout out to the advisors, because y'all make it extremely easy for us to just open up and you just want us to be better, and it just allows us to be the best versions of our. But switching gears again, we're gonna be having Mr. Luxon Omoregba, who is our College Access Director, and Susan Anderson, who is our College Success Program Director.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome. Thank y'all for being here today. Again, just a quick check. If y'all can hear us, just indicate in the chat, just so we'll hear me. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Again, my name is Luxon Omoregba. I use him, his pronouns, and I serve as the College Access Program Director here at College Visions. And I'm just here to give a few remarks about just the theme of our conversation today. So as we all know, the COVID-19 global pandemic has not only impacted the health and safety of our students and their families, it has also illuminated the systematic inequities they experienced pre-COVID-19. as families find themselves dealing with layoffs, facing evictions, healthcare issues, family loss. CV students have had to adopt the role of financial providers, which often takes away from their educational process and collegiate aspirations. Additionally, our students and families find themselves with very limited access to technology, which makes virtual learning an immense hurdle. Zoom fatigue, y'all. The annual fact book produced by Rhode Island Kids Count came out earlier this week. They mentioned that Rhode Island has 420 students to every guidance counselor, far above the recommended ratio of 250 to 1. And if you ask me, even that's a lot. Of course, we here at College Visions revere the work our school counselors do on a day-to-day basis, but we also understand the work is not easy, especially during the pandemic. Coupled with the negative impact on mental health outcomes, this moment in time has been incredibly challenging, to say the least. As many of you may know, the college application process can be very daunting, especially for first-generation low-income students. Now, imagine trying to do that during the global pandemic. Now, when I talk to CV students who are currently in the recruitment period, I talk about our program as a medicine. I tell them, imagine you can take a pill, right, that could significantly decrease the anxiety, the stress of the college application process. That pill is College Visions. In the past 9 months, our college access program has served as a sort of tonic, an elixir to our students, reducing the uncertainties and confusion that comes with the admissions process. With a total of 61 students, the College Visions class of 2021 has applied to a total of 481 colleges and universities, averaging 7 applications per student. 62% of those applications are resulting in acceptances to universities like New York University, University of Rhode Island, Go Rhody, St. Louis University, Boston University, Providence College, and many, many more. As of April 2021, the national average for FAFSA completion was 48.5%. Here at CV, 88% of our seniors have completed the FAFSA. We are not at 100% because we have undocumented students that we care very much about, and unfortunately, they cannot complete the FAFSA. So we have to do other things for those students to get financial aid. And based on the institutions that our students have been, will be attending in the fall, the class of 2021, they've gained a combined $1.5 million in grant aid to attend school in the fall. And this is not counting schools that they applied to and chose not to go to, right? So if we're talking about affordability and college completion, that just goes to show you. And as of today, 92% of our students have post-secondary plans for the fall. Now, these accomplishments are possible in 2 parts, well, multiple parts, but I'm going to talk about 2 specifically. One part is due to our amazing students and scholars, right? We're talking about resilience in the face of crisis, right? The amount of work, the amount of dedication, the amount of just sticking to it that they've had to do. One-on-one meetings via Zoom, monthly workshops via Zoom, filling out the FAFSA via Zoom, right? And second, the program structure, right? The amazing advisors. I just want to give them a shout out. Monet McNeil, Deanna Jenkins, Tara Ruth Nikeo, amazing advisors. And the one-on-one program model has been integral in providing a guiding light during the college application process. Now, as stewards of equity and access, we supported our students as they built intentional and realistic college lists. They took into account graduation rates, percent need met. We also hosted advocacy calls with admissions counselors to provide more information as they made the final decisions on our students. Even after those decisions were made, our CAP team continued to provide and advocate for more money, merit or need-based for our students. Now, as we prepare to welcome the next cohort of College Vision students we're currently recruiting, I'm incredibly confident that our work with the class of 2021 illuminates our dedication and commitment to supporting first generation and low-income students, in making affordable decisions during the college application process. I welcome you to continue to support College Visions in any way you can. And I'm going to pass it on to my colleague, Susan Anderson.
Thank you, Luxton. Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the chat. Awesome. Thank you, Mary. Susan Anderson, Director of the College Success Program, CV alum. I love CV. I'll be sharing a little bit about our CSP program this year. The challenges that our college students face are similar to those that were faced by our high school students. But we know every year, first gen and low income students face challenges disproportionate to their continuing education peers. But the pandemic, as we know, has definitely made those challenges worse. So mental health, academics, and finances were the most impacted areas as reported by our students. Stress, anxiety, burnout, fatigue, loss of loved ones, depression, navigating feelings of isolation, balancing school life and work, struggling to speak up in Zoom classes and staying focused, not having a quiet place at home to do homework and study, insufficient Wi-Fi and technology, tuition balances, unemployment, being undocumented, and lacking the safety nets that others benefit from. These are just some of the challenges faced by our students this year. But in our College Success Program, where we serve about 300 college students each year, it was crucial more than ever to continue our core programming that consists of one-on-one success coaching, which thankfully it was easy to translate online, financial aid renewal, emergency grants, college success workshops, transfer coaching, and our dearly beloved care packages. Students love those. So in our individualized advising sessions, we focused on 4 key areas to aid our discussions with our students. So how are they doing socially, academically, financially, and emotionally in relation to college? And how can we address the issues through problem solving and connect them to on and off campus resources to help students stay on track to graduate? We help students complete their financial aid applications, and as of today, 90% of active CSP students completed their FAFSA for the next academic year. Since the pandemic impacted student finances in such a tremendous way, we were happy to distribute over $30,000 in emergency grants that included COVID-19 relief funds. The majority of grants awarded help students pay their tuition balances, purchase class materials such as books and access codes, and cover their food, housing, and immediate necessities. We also help students access the technology they needed to complete classes online, like getting Wi-Fi, loaning one of our CV laptops and computers, or getting a free Chromebook that they could keep. Some students also requested support to be able to purchase a desk to establish a dedicated space to complete their homework and studies at home. Lastly, an ad hoc committee called Wellness Warriors was established to help CV address the mental health challenges our students were and are still facing. Our executive director, Tina Mitran, 2 CAP and 2 CSP students made up the Wellness Warriors team. And they are planning and leading a series of workshops and events open to both our high school and our college students. So in the events and workshops, it includes 7 days of self-care, care package, stress management workshop, navigating imposter syndrome, building confidence and the power of affirmations, meditation, and a safely distant picnic are on the lineup. In our recent student evaluation form, CSP students expressed their appreciation and gratitude for the support they receive. Lewis, a second-year student, writes, CV provides support in many areas, not just one. I believe their great support is the emotional fortitude they provide. Through the encouragement to the small care packages, they provide the emotional support that we all so need times. Juliana, a second-year student, said, with CV, you never feel alone or left out. The College Success team is determined to be an ever-present source of encouragement and support to our and determined college students. So we are so grateful for all of our friends and donors that make this work possible and allow first-gen low-income students to graduate and earn degrees. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you so much, Susan. That was amazing. Yes, shout out to the wellness packages. I know, coming through. So tonight, you'll hear from amazing CV students. And one of those students unfortunately was unable to join us. Her name is Jules Rivera. She is a high school senior at East Providence High School, and will be attending Providence College, Go Friars, in the fall. Unfortunately, she had an emergency and could not join us, but she did want me to share some words with you all about CV's impact to her. And so she said, CV has become something that I've appreciated the most out of the 4 years in high school. Coming into high school, your goal is to become a senior and to graduate, but no one tells you how much work you have to do to put into it. There's a lot of time and effort that goes along with trying to graduate besides the stress that it brings on. I started this program as a junior, and although the things that you accomplish seem overwhelming, CV helps you tackle it one at a time. I have a busy life. I work 2 jobs. I play sports. I take care of my sisters when my parents are not home. And even with all those obstacles, CV helped me accomplish what I needed to accomplish. If I were to do it on my own, I would have never thought I would pull through. With CV, there is more guidance, and it feels like family all around. You grow close to your advisors, meeting with them every week, and it's so easy making friends with other CV students. This program is something I live by and talk about all the time to incoming juniors because it's a big opportunity to be given the help that they can give. It's more than a program, it is a family. So just a few words from our student, Jules Rivera, about her experience with CV. And I'll now pass it back to our host with the most, Markeem.
All right, perfect. Again, can everyone hear me? Perfect, perfect. Thank you for that. All right, next up, we're gonna have Angel give his 2 cents on CV and the impact that it has had on him. So, Angel.
Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me perfectly fine in the chat? Alrighty, thank you very much for the confirmation. Hello, everybody. My name is Angel Pichardo. I'm a sophomore right now at the University of Rhode Island, and my graduation year is 2024. So I want to talk about how the pandemic has impacted me. A lot of people have said the pandemic has brought a lot of bad stuff to them. I totally understand. Um, it's been a tough year for a lot of us, but I took this year to reflect on how much my life has changed in the past 4 years. 4 years ago, I came to this country. I did not know I was coming here. They basically gave me a 2 week notice. They were like, "Hey, moving to United States." I was perfectly fine in the DR. I had my life plan. I know what I was gonna do for a living and everything. But unfortunately, life changes, and I landed here. When I was in school, right, like around my junior and sophomore year, everybody kept talking about like colleges and like how I was gonna be a first gen and I was gonna be a big accomplishment if I graduated. And everybody just like kept on saying like how much like help they had from other organizations. And I was like, oh, I want to be part of that. Unfortunately, I didn't qualify for not a single one of them. I was scared. I did not know what to do. My guidance counselors were not really helpful. I went to a school that didn't even have more than 100 seniors, and even with how few students they had, I didn't even have guidance. I remember one time they even made us open the FAFSA application to apply for financial aid, and they just opened it and it was like, "Here, guys, just figure it out." I remember one day CV came to my school and they gave a speech about their program. I was like, "I definitely want to join," so I joined. That was the best decision I've probably done in my life. Thanks to CV, I go to a university that I'm glad to be part of. I had guidance counselors so helpful, and they made me feel confident on my decisions. Before I joined CB, I was completely committed to just going into the workforce and save up as much money as I could to go to college because obviously the bill was scary and everybody kept on saying it's not affordable, it's not cheap. And I'm so glad I actually listened to my advisors and said it could be done. And all I'm gonna say is that if I actually went to the labor force and how life happens, like a month ago, my grandma's car broke down and she works like 60 miles away from home. And she's like our major source of income at home. And let's say if I went to the workforce to save up money to go to college with that incident, all my money would have gone blown. So I'm actually so glad I actually was able to go to college thanks to College Visions. And other than just an organization that helps you get into college, College Visions is like a second home. One of my favorite things to do was every Monday was go to the CV office. Everybody hated Mondays, as it's common than everybody to hate Mondays. I love Mondays because it was the day that I would go to College Vision. It was like the second I went through the College Vision doors, it was a different environment. The staff was so transparent, so helpful. It was so nice. And I am so proud of you, part of College Visions. And I hope that this organization lasts for many years to come and that many more students join so that they can see the wonderful work that our staff does. And thank you very much for all my advisors, for all the staff of College Vision that have helped me one way or another.
All right, perfect. Can everyone hear me? Great, great, great. All right, thank you for that, Angel. Angel and I actually went to high school together, so always nice to see you, Angel. Go EQ Black Panthers. You know, the amazing EQ high school. But last but not least, we will have Anelva Melendez.
Oh, hello. Can everyone hear me? Okay, perfect. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Anelva Melendez, and I'm currently a sophomore at Clark University. I have gone through the College Visions College Access Program, and I'm currently in the College Success Program. Both programs have helped me immensely during my journey to and through college. I believe that had I not gone through the College Access Program, I would be going to a college that I'm not happy with. My advisor advised me of the different documents that I need to fill out for college and ensured that I successfully completed them by the due date. Currently, my College Success Program advisor, Susan, has been equally as supportive. She is someone who has always been willing to help me with any issues that I have had. In March of last year, I had to go home and switch to classes online due to the pandemic. During this stressful time period, CV was there providing financial aid and emotional support. That semester, I struggled a lot because I had never taken a course online and I was worried about my grades. Thanks to the support CV provided me with, I was able to successfully finish that semester with good grades. The pandemic had caused me to become a bit off track with the goals I had wanted to successfully complete, like applying to study abroad. For example, I had told her that I was struggling to keep track of all the documents I needed to go abroad, and she helped me make a checklist to help me stay organized. During the pandemic, she has been a consistent support system in my life. She understands what students are going through at the moment and does her best to support her advisees in whatever way she can. Had it not been for this program, I feel like I would not have had many adults to turn to for assistance. Whenever I need help, she is always there to help me, whether it is to proofread a scholarship essay or to lend a listening ear. CV also offers varying workshops to help their students in whatever area they need help with. The environment that all the advisors create is welcoming and calming for students, and without the advisors, I know that a lot of their advisees would be lost, especially during such trying times. Thank you again for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
All right. Can everyone hear me? All right. Can everyone hear me just fine? All right. Perfect. So we've made it, y'all. This is the end of our event. Not really, but you know, in terms of what the content that we wanted to share with y'all. Real quick, I just wanted to thank everyone for attending the event. On behalf of College Visions, from the bottom of our hearts, just thank you so much for your constant support, constant just empathy. It takes all of us in terms of just getting to where we all want to be, and we're making it happen. Places people like, oh, I'm sorry. College Visions just makes it a whole lot easier. So now we're gonna inviting people to move back into conversation mode, talk about for the next half hour or so amongst ourselves. We can jump around, talk to everyone, just network and stuff like that. Over the course of the event, we've had numerous donations, which is amazing. Again, thank you so much. We only need about $1,200 to reach our goal, but let's see if we can exceed that. So right before we move into conversation mode, I just wanted to leave us off on this. It's a mantra that I always tell myself. It just keeps me going, just keeps my drive just as high as possible, and just gets me centered if I ever fall off the wrong path. So it is be the change, leave a mark, set a precedent. And what I mean by this is there is just a lot of things, of course, that is the theme of our event today is resilience. There's a lot of things going on this year, but just in general. And honestly, if there's something that you don't like, whether you're a student now or, and you're in a higher position, you're finished with undergrad, you see something you don't like, be a part of that change, leave a mark no matter where you go and set that precedent for others to follow. Ultimately, like I said, it's going to take all of us to get to where we need to be. So why make it harder for the people after us? We always should be improving, just being better. Always, 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 always. So that's it. Again, thank you so much. And I will see y'all in conversation mode.
One last thing before we close out. There were some raffles mentioned earlier, and I don't know if y'all have been keeping track of the chat. But let me tell you, these raffle items that we have are amazing. And again, thank you to our sponsors and those businesses who've donated. We have some self-care products, some soaps, some body butters. We have some delicious food from all over Providence, like Mead Donuts, La Grange, Plant City, Mills Tavern, bunch of gift cards. We have Providence Pilates, Launch Rhode Island, and a bunch of other places. So if you give any amount tonight, you'll be entered for the raffle, which will close at 8:15. And if you give more than $100 or more, you'll be entered into the baskets as well as a round trip flight provided by Southwest. So yes, stick around and talk, network, talk to our students or staff members. Our raffle will close at 8:15, and then we'll be jumping back on to announce raffle winners. All right, so we can go back to the table, and we will see y'all at 8:15.